Hi, Big Rob from CelebHeights.com with a wee rundown of the top 10 most popular wrestling heights on CelebHeights.com. So in position 10 we have Triple H. He's age 49 and he was billed at 6'4". I've got him at 6'2" here. And how many visits to his page? 221,000. That's a fair amount. The visitors themselves have given him an average guess from 244 votes of just shy of 6'2". In position 9, Brock Lesnar. Age 41, billed at 6'3" or 4. He himself claims that he's 6'3" and 277 pounds. I've got him at 6'2". When he was briefly involved in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings, they gave him a 6'2" list, and there's a lot of controversy whether he was actually measured at 6'2" and a quarter or 6'2" and 3/8. I've never seen any evidence of that yet. I hope it surfaces one day. He's got a total amount of visits to his page of 244,000. And the visitors, from 416 votes, have him just about bang on 6'2" and a quarter. In position 8 we have Kevin Nash. He's now aged 59 and he was billed typically in the 6'10" range, or more actually. I've got him at 6'9.5" peak, 6'9" today. Actually, I should really change him a bit because I think he has probably shrunk close to an inch by now. What's he actually claimed? Way back in 1999, he said he was 6'11" barefoot. That's hard to believe. 6'10" claim is reasonable. He said that in fact 2014 as well, but in 2016 admitted he was 6'9" barefoot. I met him about 5 years ago. I would say close to 6'9". Total visits to this page, 272,000. And the visitors themselves have guessed Kevin at a peak height just over 6'9.5", and a current height 6'8.7". I would agree with them figures actually. That's from 269 votes. Next up in position 7 is Big John Cena. Again, a 41-year-old wrestler, younger than myself. Now, he's made a couple of interesting claims. He was billed at 6'1", but he's actually said, I'm 6 foot, 245 pounds, and I'm 6 foot, and if I wear cool shoes, I'm maybe 6'1". I don't think he's really as low as 6 foot, but then, what do the visitors think? From 366 votes, like myself, they think he's almost 6'1.5" inch. And the total visits to this page, 357,000. In position 6 we have Kane, one of my favourite wrestlers. He's been billed at 6'10" and also up to 7 foot. He himself claims, I'm about 6'8" and just over 300 pounds. It's not an unreasonable claim. He's aged 51 now, so he has lost some height. I've said he's lost half an inch from a peak height of 6'7.5". He could have shrunk under 6'7" a bit now. Total views to Kane's page, well, from John Cena we've jumped up. Kane has 542,000 visits, and the good visitors of Celeb Heights have him at a peak height of almost 6'8", and a current height solid 6'7". That's from 309 guesses. So in position 5 we have The Undertaker. Now, Mark claimed back in 2001 that he was about 6'8" or 9, and on other occasion he said he used to be 6'10", but he was dropped in his head just a few too many times and is now 6'9". I think at peak height he was somewhere in the 6'7" to 8" range, and of course he's aged 53 now, so he's bound to have lost at least an inch. One of the most controversial figures on this site, he's had thousands of comments, 6,200 comments, and I've probably deleted 1,000 or 2,000 comments too. How many views to his page? Well, 559,000 people have visited his page. And the guesses? Peak height, most folk think he's almost 6'8", and current height, a solid 6'6.5". That's from 459 votes. So we're now on to position 4, and that is The Big Show. He's aged 47 and was usually billed somewhere in the 7 foot range. He himself once said, I'm 7 foot and Andre was about 7'1", 7'2". And when somebody claimed on Twitter that he was 6'7", he said, actually, I'm 7 foot tall and 452 pounds. In another video, he also said he was always a little bit over 7 feet tall. I think most folk agree that he has lost some height. I've said in my site He used to be 7 foot and now 6'10". Some say he's only lost an inch and a half, but he's a very big guy. He's had a lot of weight, a lot of wrestling. He's bound to have lost at least 1.5 inches of height. The total visits to his page, just edging The Undertaker at 560,000. And the good visitors of CelebHeights think a peak height a little over 7 foot, current height 6'10.75". That's some 368 votes. We're now on the top 3 now, and in position 3 is Hulk Hogan. Even your granny knows who the heck Hulk Hogan is. Back in 2005 he said he used to be 6'7", but after multiple surgeries he shrunk down to 6'4", and he also said he regained height and he was now 6'5" again. I don't believe that. I've got him at a peak height of 6'6", and I do think he's lost quite a few inches. I've got him currently 6'3". He might be 6'3" and change. How many people visited his page? 671,000. And the visitors of CelebHeights have him at a peak height 6'5¾", and a current height of 6'3¼ . I'd say that was pretty reasonable. That's from almost 400 votes. So in runners-up position is Andre the Giant. This French wrestler and actor only lived to age 46. His build is high as 7'4" or 5" during his career, but you know what? He actually claimed in 1971 to be only 214 centimetres, which is just over 7 foot. How many visits to this page? 690,000. And what do the visitors actually guess him at? Well, from 427 votes, they've got him almost, you're talking a millimetre under 7 foot. So who do you think is in position 1? Let's find out. So congratulations to Dwayne Johnson The Rock on being the number 1 most viewed wrestler on CelebHeights.com. The 46-year-old has had a whopping 835,000 visitors to his page over the years. The Rock has claimed 6'4", 6'4.5", and 6'5". I'm not having that. I put him somewhere in the 6'3" range as a peak height, and of course, he looks like he's lost a bit of height now, maybe half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. The visitors to CelebHeights have him at a peak height, a fraction over 6'3", a current height, a solid 6'2.5" from 684 votes. That's a hell of a lot of guesses on his height. I think those figures are pretty reasonable. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the top 10 wrestling heights on CelebHeights.com. Thanks for watching. Keep walking tall, like Rob Paul.